Hello everyone, welcome back today. So I believe you've been seeing this video that has been trending in the FCT for the past 2 days. I mean, this video has been trending online everywhere you go. Even, you know how Nigeria can be funny, skit makers have been using it to produce their skits and all that. But then let's not be carried away by the referral of the whole event and the whole shackle and all that, everything going on. But then let's look into this video, analyze, and then bring out 1 or 2 lessons for you and I, especially investors and then realtors too in the Abuja real estate sector, so that you can be able to make informed decisions and avoid things like this in the future. So in case you know the video I'm talking about, this is a short clip of the video on the internet.
Doesn't matter, it doesn't
That's
matter.
all that matters. I'm an offside, take to orders.
So what? You had a who than me.
So I'm an offside, take to orders.
Alright, so this is a short clip of the video. You can watch it later on, but now let's get into the business of the day. We've seen the video that is trending online. If you go online now, people have their own different opinion and views about what actually transpired between these two personalities in Nigeria. Yes. Now, I want to give my unbiased opinion about the whole thing and give lessons for us to learn from this experience. Yes, so we don't really have a clear understanding of what happened or what transpired between them. That was just a short clip. We just saw what happened. Other things that played out before the main video came out, we weren't there to know what actually happened, and we don't have a full details of what actually happened. But from the standpoint of what we saw, we could see that both parties were actually standing on their individual right. Now let's bring it down to the Abuja real estate market. First, now let's tell investors the Abuja real estate market is this: you should know about the Nigerian real estate law, the Nigerian property law. See the way I am emphasizing on the Nigerian real estate law. I'm saying this because there are a lot of write-up out there on the internet. There are a lot of people who are giving videos about real estate laws, but they are not really, they're actually teaching from the base point of what they see online and not from a knowledgeable source. So whether you're an investor or a developer or an realtor like myself who is into the real estate market, you should try to get your knowledge from those who are well grounded with the Nigerian real estate law. Now, for an investor who wants to make use of a lawyer to be a lawyer in doing carrying his or her property due diligence, you don't just go around with a random lawyer. You have to go with somebody who is grounded in the Nigerian real estate law, a property lawyer, and not just an ordinary property lawyer, but someone who is up to date with the FCT Land Use of Act. Now, this is the mistake that most investors do. You just get any random lawyer and tell the person to come and carry out due diligence for them. I've seen this a lot in my transaction with investors, and I found that most times some of these lawyers don't have any in-depth knowledge about their FCT Land Use of Act. Some of them are operating based on their knowledge from the other states. But what you need to know is that real estate in Abuja is different from other states in the country. They are not the same. The Land Use of Act in the FCT is totally different from Lagos, Enugu, Port Harcourt, Oka, etc. So have this in your mind that you need to know the real estate laws governing Nigeria, and not just Nigeria, governing Abuja as regards to the Land Use of Act in Abuja. You need to know this, and this is what investors don't know. Now, there's a book written by one of the people I look up in real estate, Raymond. If you have that book, Nigeria Real Estate Laws, the chapter 16, he gave a detailed explanation of everything you need to know about Abuja real estate, the laws guiding Abuja real estate, the authorities that are involved in approving of land, bidding approval, approving layers that are meant for residential, layers that are meant for commercial purposes, all these things. He did a detailed explanation in the chapter 16 of this book that contains the Nigerian real estate laws. So if you first of all have read about this book, you will know that when you come across this video, or when you come across this thing that transpired between the FCT Minister and the Naval Officer, you will not have a biased mindset in what is going on. And you yourself, you learn your own lesson and move on. So when you know this real estate laws guiding Nigerian real estate and then the FCT Use of Land Act, you will be able to play safe. When you are getting a property, you talk to your realtor. This is what I need. I'm buying this property. If I'm buying for commercial people, strictly for residential, or I'm buying for a church. And then when you get those properties, you use the appropriate authority to do your due diligence. And when you are done, you check out to Department of Development Control so that they can check out whether you are actually in tune with what that particular area is mapped out for. You also work with the urban and regional planning, work with those who are in charge with zoning and mapping, so that you will be in check, so that you will be sure that you are not trespassing or going beyond what that particular location is being marked out for. And then when you have gotten all the necessary certification, you can now proceed with developing your property. By doing so, nobody is going to encroach in your property. Most times developers, most time investors go and buy properties from the wrong people. When I mean the wrong people is that there are actually some people who sell land in FCT which are not mandated to sell land. All land, according to the Land FCT Use of Act, has been vested upon the FCT minister to allocate. But some investors are not actually aware of this, so they go and buy from other sources, which is not the FCDA. I can't really go into details, because if I'm going into details, it's going to be a long video. But my emphasis is that you need to know the real estate laws guiding Nigeria, and also the real estate laws guiding the use of land in the FCT. So when you do all these things, whether you are from a particular government or a former government or whatsoever, you won't have any issue. You are not scared about what if the next government comes. So when you've done all the necessary checks, you only leverage on your relationship to safeguard your property because you have abided by the law. But what most people do is this: they will be like, oh, I have the backup of so person, and then they will take properties and then hold it, forgetting that that particular government won't be in government forever. When that particular government leaves, what is now your fate? Instead, what are you meant to do? Smart investors leverage on the relationship they have to do the legal things. You leverage on your relationship to be able to get your CFO faster, to do the necessary certification faster, to get them faster and keep them all in check, and not to bypass processes. Because if you use those relationships to bypass processes, when those people are not in power again, another power will come, and if they are going the legal way, you may likely lose your investment. And that's why you see some people, you see a government come, they will overthrow the other government and then begin to collect the properties from them. And when you want to talk, they'll say they defaulted in so as this, they defaulted in so as this. So as an individual, as someone who wants to invest in real estate in Abuja, one thing you should not forget is try your possible best to have in-depth knowledge of the real estate laws guiding Nigeria and also guiding the Land Use of Act in Abuja. Know everything, starting from the title documents to those who are meant to give properties to the appropriate body needed to certify you before you progress to developing or moving to your property. Once you've gotten everything right legally, you can now proceed. Peradventure, something happened, government wants to take or whatever, you are liable for compensation. But if you didn't do everything legally, you won't be able to talk, because what are you going to present to show that you actually did everything right in the sight of the law? Yes, you may say we live in a lawless society, a lawless country or whatsoever, but the truth remains that the law is law, and the implementation of the law will eventually come. When it comes, are you really on the right in terms of your investments, or you actually boycotted some of the things to do as an investor? When the time comes, you have yourself to blame and not the government to blame. So I tell my investors, in all you do, please try to get all your certifications right. If you have to register a power of attorney, please do well to register it. Do not keep on lingering. If you have to pay a C of old bills, pay for it. If your particular location is mapped out for commercial property, don't go and do residential. A client approached me months back. He needed a commercial property, and what we had was a residential property. So he said, Goodnews, can't I build a hotel? I told him, sir, no, this area is strictly designated for residential. You can't build a commercial. He said a lot of things, but I told him, sir, I can't sell the property to you that is for commercial. It is for residential purpose. I don't want to know in the future they will come and start demolishing your investment. So please, as an investor, realtor, developers, stick to the law. What is the law saying about investment in this location? What is the law saying about real estate investment in Nigeria? And then try to abide by it. The law will always be the law. I am Goodnews, Okpabi, a real estate consultant and broker in the city of the FCT, who is using real estate as a tool to build wealth and financial freedom. And I'm doing same for my clients. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can get updates about the Abuja real estate market, educational content, and also real estate investment opportunity you can invest in to build your wealth and grow your financial portfolio. Until next time, see you in my next video.